Well, hello there. So, I've been thinking about this game lately, and I've been thinking about this a lot over the last several months. But I was thinking about how to build the roster and the like when you should try to build your roster, and then the reasons why we might think about building our roster, like why we do it. And I might start off with saying that no matter where you are in the game, there's a place in the game for you. And that just slightly over a year ago, I was in the bottom of the bottom in one of the most unheard of alliances that you've definitely never heard of. And that's Light. No, excuse me. That was Last Hope 2. And by the way, if you're a new player and you want to show some love and find a nice little community that has no ambitions whatsoever and just super chill, good people though, head on over there. Give them some bodies and some atmosphere. There, there, the backwaters of the back room, man. Uh, but beyond that, I was thinking about how I got from there to at points in time, give or take. At one point, we were the top fourth alliance on the game, and then we typically vary between events and people coming and going, top 50 to top 10. And then right now I find myself in a fairly high end middle pack alliance, Guardians Reborn. It's a very fair place for me, as I've taken a back seat from the top meta to find a place more my speed, given my time disadvantage over the summer being at the beach and spending time with family as school is out and all that good stuff. Now, how do we get from the bottom to the top and then find a nice fit somewhere in the higher middle in a short period of time, let's say a year? And that is figuring out how and when to build your roster. Well, I'm going to say that if you're going to do a big summon session to try to get the heroes you want in a particular portal, say Covenant or Black Friday or whatever, I would suggest that you don't even dare pull until you have about 30,000 gems minimum. And then I'm going to say don't even dare pull unless you got troops. So if you don't even have troops to support the heroes that you want to pull, don't do it. Go for those troops. Those troops are important because the heroes, they come, they go, they get outdated in 6 months to a year, but the troops don't. So that's where you want to focus. But then once you got those troops, you want to get those big bad metas, be the big swinging ding-a-ling in your neck of the woods, wherever you are in the game. Then go to find that nice portal that's nice and packed. Just wait until that portal is packed so that no matter which one you get, you're getting something pretty good. And Covenant is generally one of those best options for you. Or if, for instance, a special portal like Black Friday, that's a good choice too if your roster is just wide open to anything good and doesn't matter what you specifically get. You're not necessarily chasing a Danny Crag or something of that nature, or one of the shiny new demons. Then yeah, go for that. Save up. I mean, those come ascended too. Save up for that. If you're really low, save up. Save up now. Save up all the way through Black Friday. If you're free to play, save up. You might get a nice 30 pull out of it by then. If you're cheap to play, you might get 100 summons or maybe 2, depending on how cheap you are. And if you're big old fat wallet meta player, I mean, you're not going to be doing necessarily Black Friday, but you already know what to do. You're going to find that nice fat padded portal. You're going to sling out 30 summons at a time and get that nice reward you're looking for. Doesn't matter where you are in the game, that's pretty much the way to get there. Now, everyone knows the way to get there is a bit of money. And that brings us to another thing about why we do it. Because this game, I mean, I don't know about Small Giant, but I know about Zynga. They run poker sites and other various things, and their game Their game, as far as business goes, is to entice people through FOMO and shiny things to get you to part ways with your wallet. And they're really good at it. They're really good at it. Even when you know exactly what they're doing, you look at that thing, you're like, oh my gosh, I want that. Even though what they're peddling is, you know, it is by the day less and less valuable, because no matter what you're looking at right now, give it a week, maybe a month. Something bigger and better is going to be coming along. And if it's not better by strength, it's better by counter, or better by ailment, or better by passive, or whatever. But if you don't have the means right now to get something and you see something and think, that thing is amazing, I would sell my left nut for that, give it a month. There's something better. So just keep saving up. If you don't have that roster you're looking for, just keep saving up. Everything you see now is in 6 months going to be, well, that's not so impressive, is it? That's just middle of the road mediocre now. That's how this game works. There's a mentality behind this. There's a science behind this. But no matter how you feel about it and what your aims are, what your disposable income is, you can pick and choose how you want to play that road, that game that they set before our eyes and entice us with deal after deal. With some deals aren't even necessarily deals. They're just labeled deals at 23,000% or 2,300%, what have you. Where the math ain't quite mathin', but there it is in plain text to lie to your face. Even though I would say probably that's about maybe 200. But calculations at premiums and overhype play into that. And don't mind me as well. I've had a few drinks. I might be jumping around and not necessarily being the most cohesive, fluent. What is that word? Oh, man. Eloquent speaker. But this is the reality of the game, isn't it? So, I'm going to throw in some summons at the end of this and just highlight the point that if you go on there and you're half-cocked and you're doing a couple 10 pulls and some singles, chances are pretty high you're going to come out with a whole lot of nothing. And once in a blue moon, you see someone like myself or anyone else do a single pull or a small pull, and they'll come out with something amazing. But just know that's rare. And even though that's maybe shown a lot on the summons, I mean, a lot of summons people do aren't always posted. So just like Facebook or any Instagram or social media you see, you're usually looking at the highlights. Don't mistake that for the typical baseline. Yeah, and I would suggest as well, talking about summoning and reasons behind summoning, if you have a fairly decent roster and you're still trying to summon, but you got people sitting in there looking at level 1 or 370 or whatever, if you got people aching to get into the fight, why are you summoning? I mean, hell, why am I summoning? I'm kind of still doing it, but right now I'm focusing on getting money spent on ascension materials. Right now I'm bringing up a lot of folk. Not necessarily trying to get the new ones. I did it today, but usually lately just trying to get that roster padded out with the BAs I already got. And that's probably going to be a good idea, because that is a solid bet for you. I mean, they're already sitting there. That's a guarantee. Just get them in the game. Get them up there. And then I guess that's about it for now. It's just what's on my mind today. That we're enticed to go for the new shiny thing. Have a second thought of what's already sitting on our roster, probably since 6 months. That's not any higher than they were 6 months ago. And maybe they're only 1450 power or whatever, but it's still workable. That's still good in the meta. I mean, you're not going to put them on your defense team, but still good on offense. Still good for a flag. So, yeah, maybe we should just stop spending so much doggone money on the brand new portals and the brand new heroes. They're going to be outdated or at least reduced in 6 months. You never know who gets boosted or when. You never know who gets nerfed or when, though that's a little more rare than the boosting. And then, yeah, I mean, even if you're a top of the line, top 10 alliance player, if you get a little tired of it and you get tired of the chase, you can always bump it down a bit. Go down to top 200 or even top 100, just higher up the list, but the top 200 or top 500. You know what? I did that, and that's a lot better. Like, as far as my time management, as far as my satisfaction, I'm not spending as much. I'm actually having a good time with what I have, starting to appreciate more what I've built up over time, over that year, a little bit plus that I've been playing. I think it's great. I think maybe more of us should be doing that than being a well, I don't want to name a certain person, but some people know of a certain person of a mountain type persuasion of a certain gendered term there that you know they're spending every single day and getting that brand new thing. And not only do they get that new hero on day one, but they're maxed out on day one, and they've got no free roster space, but they're about 1,000 over the their roster capacity. That's insane. That's a bit of sickness, actually. But if they can afford it, all the power to them. But still, that ain't all of us. That ain't even most of us. That's not even 99% of us. So, yeah. We are voting in this game with our dollars. Every dollar you spend is a vote. Maybe if we spent a little less and only bought the really good deals and not all the bullshit, and maybe just appreciated a little bit more of what we have, this game might be a little more reasonable, not so out of touch, seemingly, for most folk who are trying to edge up and climb that ranking ladder. But again, no matter where you are, you can find a place for yourself and some meaning in this game if it's fun to you. But that's about it. That's all I was thinking about today. And I think I might just leave it there and then do some summons. Have a good one. Hope you had a good 4th of July. I sure did. All right. Until next time.